Make room for a positively heartwarming journey as we witness formidable reunions where tails wag and hearts leap across the years. A viral video shows pure happiness and love. In it, a baby chimpanzee named Limbani's eyes lit up with uncontainable joy when his foster parents, Jorge and Tanya, paid him a visit.
A baby chimp is overjoyed. Little Limbani screeches and clings to his human dad Jorge at the zoo.
It was clear that the two shared a special connection, one that had been forged through countless acts of love and care during the chimp's formative months. Then Tanya walked in.
Miami. The chimp has the same adorable reaction when he sees.
When Limbani had pneumonia and his biological mother rejected him, Jorge and Tanya raised him. They provided round-the-clock love and care, becoming the pillars of his young life.
Rejected by his mother.
The video reminded spectators of the power of love and compassion to bridge species, touching their hearts and leaving no one dry-eyed. Brian raised Jake, a young hyena, in a remote wildlife sanctuary. Brian has protected, fed, and befriended Jake since he was a cub. Time has separated them for nearly 4 years. Jake's laughter filled the air as he rushed toward Brian. Brian was more to the hyena than a human. He was a long-lost clanmate and a dear friend returned from memory. Hyenas and men can be close friends. This is solid proof of how awesome true unconditional friendship can be. An energetic young lion named Simba roamed his enclosure at the Detroit Zoo. He exuded energy. Unknown to most people, Simba's injury in the African wilderness complicated his early years. Unexpectedly, he caught a familiar face in his peripheral vision. His friend Gary from his cub days. Simba was overcome with emotion and stumbled. The zoo staff marveled as Simba snuggled into Gary's familiar embrace. They exchanged back scratches and gentle pats, but their lifelong friendship was the most valuable currency. A lucky break would give Claudia, a young girl, the biggest surprise of her life. 3 years had passed since her beloved cat Cursor disappeared. Claudia stood nervously with her mother at a rescue home, unaware of what she would face.
This is Claudia.
Claudia, do you like kitties?
Yes.
What kind of kitty?
Claudia eagerly and naively said she did, especially the black and yellow ones. Her mother rushed to say a tortoiseshell and white calico cat was coming. Claudia's eyes caught a faint memory.
I had a calico. It was black and...
Yeah, what does it look like? Does it look like this?
On cue, a woman appeared with a Cursor-like cat.
Cursor! I miss you so much.
Like a child, Claudia lost track of time. She believed it had only been 8 months, not 3 years. Liz and Jason McHenry named Ritz their baby before marriage and kids. Ritz was a dear family member until departing in 2006. The McHenrys persisted for years. With hope, Liz kept Ritz's lost pet poster on her computer.
At that point, they are your kids.
Yeah, it is a member of the family.
A miracle struck unexpectedly 16 years later. He was brought to a vet who did a routine scan for a microchip.
Cat Ritz has been found.
I was like, well, that's got to be a mistake. I mean, I'm thinking they recycled the microchip number. And she's upstairs and she overhears me.
Liz was thrilled. Despite the odds, Ritz set a record. A microchip reunited the longest lost pet.
He's been gone for 16 years. I didn't think this was possible.
Come on, Ritz.
And yet, there he is, the record holder. Nope.
Ritz is recovering with his family, who had never given up on him despite his 2 defective legs. Anita, the fearless wolf whisperer, had spent 2 incredible years building trust with a remarkable wolf pack in Bardu, Norway's polar park. These wolves, often misunderstood as dangerous, were loyal, loving, and adorable. The wild wolves ran toward her like old friends. Like excited dogs, their tails wagged and they howled in joy. Video footage showed Anita's unmistakable connection to these extraordinary animals. She greeted the wolves with a wolfish grin. This subtle mimicry showed respect and friendship, saying, "You are one of us." Despite their scary reputations, wolves can be loyal and loving companions, especially to those who open their hearts and mouths. After 2 years of wondering what happened to Albert, Bridget's heart was heavy with uncertainty. Hopeful that her beloved Albert was safe, she checked every deer-related roadside accident. She frantically yelled his name whenever she saw a deer. Bridget fretted and longed for years during the search. One day, when she drove a mile from their farm, she saw a familiar face among a small group of deer. Two years of uncertainty and worry melted away in that beautiful moment, proving that sometimes hope and determination can lead you right back to the ones you love. A few years back, Ellie Albers embarked on a journey with a baby flamingo. Ellie's caring heart adopted this tiny pink bundle of feathers after her parents left it. They became inseparable as Baby, the baby flamingo, followed her everywhere.
My very first flamingo. 3 years ago, her parents left and she stayed with me.
That day came when Baby was ready to fly free. She soared into the open sky, leaving Ellie behind. Little did they know, Baby's departure would birth something extraordinary.
But she's a wild bird. That's a really nice feeling. And that's where the rest.
Even though all the flamingos are returned to the wild, a small group called the Breakfast Club still comes for a morning meal.
And they said, "Hey, wow, you look like Baby." Oh man. And then she started running up to me. And she said, "Oh, look at this, Baby's back."
Baby now has a family of her own, and it's a touching sign of how far the Bonaire Wild Bird Rehab has come. In a world where the past is often forgotten, Michelle Postma kept Ballo, a horse. In high school, Ballo was Michelle and Brian's loyal companion, symbolizing their youth.
I'm just so grateful to have him back and have him.
After they parted ways, Ballo was sold, lost in time. Michelle wondered what happened to him, the questions looming like thunder.
Gave them papers. I gave him a folder that had his registration papers in it.
Also inside was this photo of Michelle's husband with Bayou. The group.
Then a miracle happened. Ballo returned, a shadow of his former self, but still full of spirit. Unexpectedly, a photo of a young Brian riding Ballo at a championship was found. Thanks to social media, the puzzle pieces fell into place.
It got shared, and then the next thing you knew, friend after friend was seeing the shared post and was tagging us in it.
The frail 25-year-old Ballo returned to the couple, who never forgot their cherished friend. In Lenexa, Kentucky, Frederica, the runaway tortoise, had everyone on the edge of their shells. Jan Langston's 17-year-old tortoise, Frederica, began a 9-month journey. Jan exclaimed, "Hasta la vista, baby," and started looking for Frederica after becoming perplexed over her pet's escape.
With her owner, Jan.
They're kind of cool. They don't do any tricks.
She advertised a $400 reward on social media, posted posters across Johnson County, and even hired a bloodhound to search the woods. Hope seemed lost until young Henry Miles, a neighborhood hero, spotted Frederica just a few houses away.
Looks like it wasn't from around here.
Frederica's journey wasn't without scars, but the love and resilience shown by all involved made it a tale to remember. In the heartwarming saga of Jupiter, the kissing lion, a remarkable twist of fate unfolded. Once the star of a viral video, Jupiter had been through the trials and tribulations of life, from the circus to the loving care of his human mother, Ana Julia Torres.
No, guarda.
After an unfortunate separation from Ana Julia in 2019, Jupiter's fortunes turned for the worse when a video revealed his pitiable state in 2020. Emaciated and unable to walk, it seemed as if the light in Jupiter's eyes had dimmed. Life is unpredictable, and when all hope seems lost, a dedicated team rewrote Jupiter's story. With determination and compassion, they brought the frail lion closer to his mother, who had loved him.
Aqui está sua mamã. Sim, meu amor. A piroca não acaricia. Aqui está sua mamã. Sim, meu amor, sim.
Love and second chances are celebrated in Jupiter's travels. People worldwide pray that the kissing lion will roar again and express his joy in life. Ever since a 71-year-old Brazilian man rescued a struggling penguin, their friendship became the talk of the town, captured in heartwarming video footage.
4 meses certinho, ele chegou aqui na praia, estava em pé bem ali. Quando ele me viu lá no portão, ele já veio com aquela alegria.
João Pereira de Souza, a retired bricklayer from a small fishing village near Rio de Janeiro, named the penguin he saved Dindin. After healing Dindin, Pereira de Souza thought their farewell at sea would end their story. Like a friend, he returned to his shanty to find Dindin waiting for him.
Eu não vou embora com você não. Eu não sei mergulhar igual a você não. Se eu soubesse, eu ia com você. Aí ele só fez tchum, mergulhou.
Dindin stayed with Pereira de Souza year after year, despite Magellanic penguins' long journeys to breeding grounds in Argentina and Chile. This heartwarming bond was unbreakable.
Acho que ele vai para a Patagônia. Eu tinha vontade de, se eu pudesse, eu ia visitar lá esse lugar dos pinguins.
As the years passed, their friendship deepened, and Dindin's visits extended from June to February. A heartfelt video from Gauteng's Care for Wild Africa Sanctuary has gone viral. It featured Emma, the friendly, outgoing hippo. She let Jimmy, one of her favorite people, hug her with a gentle, toothy grin. Emma's story began after being found abandoned in a dam's drainage system. She became strong and compassionate after the sanctuary took her in. Emma became a loving surrogate for Molly, another baby hippo.
Emma. Hello, my girl. Hello, my girl. Come here.
This video captured Emma's infectious joy as she nuzzled her human friend and enjoyed a heartfelt hug. An iconic 1972 video captured a historic moment in Kenya's golden savanna. The video showed young Australians John Rendall and Ace Burke reuniting with Christian the lion. John and Ace bought Christian, a lion cub, from Harrod's Pet Department in 1969. Christian's journey had been nothing short of extraordinary. From a basement in Chelsea to dining in a local restaurant and frolicking in a nearby graveyard, he grew much too quickly. With his paws on their shoulders, he encircled them in a warm embrace. A touching story of love and the wild rekindled. It showed the enduring bond between man and nature. In the heart of San Diego, a heartwarming tale of technology and love unfolded. San Diego Humane Society helped find Zoe, whose microchip led to a remarkable reunion. Joe was devastated when Zoe was stolen 6 years earlier. Luck had other plans. Zoe was found and brought to the Humane Society after her microchip was scanned. Hope bloomed when Joe's contact information appeared. Zoe and Joe were reunited thanks to a tiny microchip and much love, proving that even in the digital age, some stories are made of magic. This heartwarming story about Peter Adamson and Christy, the Asian elephant, embodies nostalgia and love. Scottish zookeeper Peter recalls caring for Christy. Over countless hours in the 1970s and 1980s, they fed, loved, and taught her.
You know the adage, an elephant never forgets. And after 35 years, Christy still has fond memories of her former zookeeper, Peter Adams.
Though decades passed, the memories and love remained. While visiting friends in Germany, Peter discovered that Christy was living a healthy life in the Neunkircher Zoo. He went to the zoo to see Christy, hoping to bond with his beloved pachyderm.
Smell the same?
Peter blew gently into her trunk, Christy leaning into him. The pair reunited at his...
Their meeting was fairy tale-like. As they cuddled, the years seemed to fly by.
The emotional reunion.
Oh, yes. What a wonderful...
Thanks to dedicated zookeepers like Peter, remaining populations may thrive and grow. Some relationships are indeed meant to last a lifetime, as this touching story shows. Shai returned home to a wonderful surprise after a long trip. After he opened the door, Binny, his pet, hopped over to greet him, his eyes wide with joy and ears perked up.
Hey! Hello! Who is here? Who is here? Who is here? Who is here?
As Shai knelt, Binny practically leaped into his arms and showered him with joyous licks and nuzzles. This footage showed the incredible bond between man and rabbit. It showed Binny's pure, unbridled affection, a love that knew no bounds. It went viral instantly, spreading joy and warmth online. A heartwarming and unlikely reunion was captured in Gabon's lush rainforests. The entrepreneur and conservationist Damien Aspinall traveled to see his old friend Quibi, a 10-year-old male gorilla.
When Damien heard the news, he traveled to Gabon.
Come on then.
Quibi was born in Damien's rural England wildlife park where they played and bonded. Quibi and 6 other young gorillas were released into Gabon's dense jungles to live freely as nature intended. But destiny had a wilder plan.
Quibi appeared on the riverbank.
I was at accident.
The moment they locked eyes, an incredible, wordless connection was rekindled, and the world watched in awe as Damien and Quibi shared a warm embrace.
I could hear his love gurgle.
Aspinall's life shows that passion and commitment can overcome any environmental obstacle. A remarkable story unfolded on September 30th, 2018, in Makoko Bay, Kona, Hawaii. Sunlight revealed a bottlenose dolphin with a white scar behind his left eye. Jake, the local diver, recognized it. Jake saved that same dolphin from a fishing net in the same spot in 2016. 2 years later, fate brought them together again. The video captures Jake's joy at seeing his aquatic friend. The dolphin circles around him with a knowing glance, thanking him for a second chance at life. The bond between humans and dolphins is a testament to the incredible connections that can be formed in the unlikeliest places and the most unexpected ways. A young girl's contagious happiness is on full display in the heartwarming video posted as she meets the donkey she raised with love. Its ears perk up as the donkey can't contain its excitement. It's a reunion filled with love, trust, and connection. Seeing the world's attention drawn to the unbreakable bond between humans and their animal companions is heartwarming. New Mexico woman Jessie Springer searched the country for her 16-year-old dog Nugget. Both found each other after 7 years apart. Jessie was doubtful after her exhaustive search for her lost pet, until fate intervened.
Him limping down the middle of the road in the dark, in the rain.
Jennifer says the dog was in rough shape.
My first thought was, I need...
Unexpectedly, the vet found a microchip with Nugget's name and remarkable history. He was nearly 2,000 miles from home in Farmington, New Mexico.
Never left my side, so I thought he had walked off to die because he was already old.
After seeing Nugget, Jessie cried and hugged him. Jennifer, the kind stranger turned hero, was passionately embraced by Jessie.
Yeah, there she is. They put me on a flight immediately, and here I am.
Nugget's incredible journey across the country is a mystery, but Jessie only cares about their precious time together. Reunions are heartwarming, especially when orphaned animals see their caregivers. Like in the past, a big hug from a puppy or a wild animal is always welcome. This 800-pound bear's reunion with his old human friend after years apart is adorable. After her mother died, Sonia's rescuers took her there where she was sad and scared, like any other orphan. Jonathan and others are helping her and other animals rediscover life's pleasures. Sonia's distant recognition of Jonathan is captured on film. Her huge paws pound the ground as she rushes towards him, and as they finally embrace, it is a sight to behold. Dolph made a touching video of his incredible adventure with Gabriel the cheetah. They became friends when Gabriel was 10 months old at the Cheetah Experience in 2014. Gabriel's fearlessness and affection quickly calmed Dolph.
We were good friends once, and I was curious to see if he would remember me after all this time. The following are clips of that.
Their first encounter was unforgettable. Gabriel's preference for men surprised Dolph, and he quickly began to bridge the gap between humans and cheetahs. After a year, Dolph was reunited with his wild friend, and despite Gabriel's confusion, their bond remained strong. A touching story unfolded in London's bustling streets. Armani, the loving caretaker of Howie, a colorful parrot who had been missing for a week, was devastated. Armani searched for his friend after hearing a parrot was found in a stranger's yard.
Got a hand up there. Do you need to get up?
Disheveled but relieved to see Armani, Howie sat on a short tree nearby. They looked at each other with unspoken affection when he reached out. Their reunion reminded everyone that love always returns home. Sarah and Michael Kilduff adopted two charming turkeys, Tom and Teresa, during the 2020 pandemic. With hearts as big as their wattles, the Kilduffs saw these gobbling companions as a bright spot in a difficult year.
Meet Tom and Teresa, the best thing that came out of the pandemic for...
Tom and Teresa delighted neighbors on their daily walks down their suburban street as the world hunkered down. Because of their charisma, people stopped to take photos with the dynamic duo.
Kilduff.
We got them during the pandemic, so they're about 8-9 months.
However, Tom and Teresa disappeared on a turkey trot this Thanksgiving. The devastated Kilduffs sought social media aid. Amazingly, a man dropped them off at their door.
It was amazing. I didn't expect anything like this.
It was kind of crazy. I didn't expect it.
Teresa may bring us more adorable baby turkeys now that everyone is back together. It only took one sniff. Science and many working dogs show that dogs see through their noses. This makes sense, since they can also sense emotions like love and belonging through olfactory sensory perception. The dog seems nervous when the man approaches his long-lost friend, until after a tentative first sniff. Love knows no distance, especially when measured in sniffs and wags. A cat named Sophia is set to make her triumphant return home for Christmas after vanishing for 7 long years. The happy news from the San Diego Humane Society gave everyone hope and a smile.
I just want my little girl back, my little princess.
Sophia unexpectedly ended up at the San Diego Humane Society and SPCA after disappearing from her Arizona family. Sophie carried a small but powerful tool.
Are you Trisha?
Sophia's family could not believe it when the Humane Society with the device reached out to them.
And her cat, Sophia, are reunited
baby girl.
once again.
Sophia's family will receive a furry miracle this Christmas, proving that sometimes the best gifts have paws and tails. The touching clip shows retired laboratory chimpanzees Doll and Swing spotting Linda Kebner after 25 years. They share a glance, and then something magical happens.
Remember me? Hey. Little older.
With tears of joy in their eyes, they embrace her, chimps and humans alike savoring the moment. They express gratitude with soft grunts and playful gestures, expressing a timeless bond.
Chimpanzees have provided us with so much in this world, so much knowledge about our...
Their touching reunion proves love can overcome anything, even human cruelty. When Damien approached the African wilderness 5 years later, his heart raced. The video showed his amazing reunion with Quibi, the gorilla he raised in England.
And a sweetheart, but then you just don't know what can happen.
Last trip.
Quibi, now a magnificent adult, stood before Damien, his eyes reflecting the depth of their bond. This remarkable moment showed the enduring connection between man and nature in a world that often forgets its promises.
Now 10-year-old gorilla.
And he hadn't seen me for 5 years, but he'd heard my voice and he came to the edge of the river.
Ageless love validated Quibi's significance in the grand scheme of things. Rescuers from Ocean Conservation Namibia found a seal with a mysterious entanglement mark. They approached cautiously, unsure if it was a new threat or an old scar.
We've been through you before. Okay, we'll leave you and your baby. You guys just have a lovely day.
The realization comforted them as they got closer. This seal had been rescued before and was a recapture. Her baby continued to nurse as she calmly greeted them, relieved to see familiar faces.
Her little tea party friend is coming in to visit, and this is exactly why we do what we do for cases like this. You can see she had a really bad wound before.
After ensuring that she was in perfect health, the crew let her and her companion off to enjoy the peace of the ocean on their own. A meeting that serves as proof that friendships can last and second chances can be made, even on the open sea.